Hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest 8-second gaming, and in today's video we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you are not seeing any improvement in your gameplay. This can be frustrating for a lot of different reasons because you'll be playing, you'll be trying different things out, and nothing seems to be working. But don't worry, I've got you covered. But if you guys are here, it's clear you're looking to take your Apex skills to the next level, so you need to check out the GameLeap website right now. Over there we have top level coaches including myself creating the best, most highly informative guides to make you the best player you could possibly be. We've led you guys gun guides, VOD reviews, and much more, so no matter what you struggle with, we have a solution for you. So click the link in the description, pick yourself up a membership, and start to improve today. But okay, with that out of the way, let's hop into the first thing. And the first reason why you're not seeing any improvement is because you are setting unreal expectations. Unreal expectations is a huge problem that plagues a lot of people. And it does change from person to person, but the most common one is people just seem to constantly think that they are much better than they actually are, and they set really high expectations for themselves. This is one that I've legitimately seen from somebody that I used to play with. They have never been outside of Platinum, they had one good ranked game, and they were like, okay, you know what, this is my season to hit Predator. And when that didn't happen, they got really upset. But you know what they did manage to accomplish? They did manage to accomplish to get out of Platinum for the first time in their lives. But because they had set their sights on Predator, making it to Diamond was not an accomplishment for them even though they'd never been outside of Platinum. When you set these unreal expectations, you forget to look at all the other accomplishments that you are getting along the way. And like I said, this can happen in many different forms. So you always have to take a step back with yourself, really think about what are realistic expectations, and start setting achievable milestones. When you start to do that, you will see your gameplay improving a lot more over time because these expectations are a lot more achievable. Now, I also do want to clarify, you can have long-term goals like maybe hitting Predator, but that's just the thing. It has to be a long-term goal. If you want to reach Predator, all the power to you. I really hope you do end up hitting that milestone. But don't say, hey, I'm going to hit Predator this season if you've never even been close to it. That's an unreal expectation. A real one would just say, okay, you know what, within a year, I'm going to have at least been close to Predator. Depending on the time frames, a year gives you 3 to 4 seasons to actually achieve your goal. 3 to 4 seasons is a lot of time, so that is a real expectation. So just, sit back, think about your expectations, and then redo them. But that is reason number 1 covered, so let's move into reason number 2. And this is one that actually a lot of people struggle with, and that is that you don't review your own gameplay. If you are really trying to improve at Apex and you're really trying to get better, you need to be reviewing your own gameplay. Reviewing your own footage is so important because in the moment, it could seem like you are doing everything right. You're using all the information that you have to you, you're thinking that you're making the right play, but when you watch the tape back, you've messed up a bunch of times. And once you realize that you messed up, you start to actively look for those mistakes in game. And when you're actively looking for those mistakes, you are actively fixing them. And if you're actively fixing a bunch of mistakes that you're making in game, then you are going to be improving as a player. Now, the main platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, do have a way to record the gameplay very easily. Xbox and PlayStation have one built in, and PC, all you have to do is download OBS. OBS is free, so there should be no issue with you recording your own gameplay. And at the end of the day, take a little bit of time to just review the games that you had. And even better, if you're in a 3-stack and all 3 of you are looking to improve together, VOD review with each other. Go over the games with your friends or your 3-stack. Have them point out mistakes that you did or stuff that you could have done differently from their point of view. And you can do the same for them so you're all growing as a team. That's what professional players do, and if it works for them, it'll probably work for you. But now we can move into reason number 3, and that is that you don't understand basic things in the game. And when I'm talking about basic, I mean a few entry-level things, the legends and the weapons. As a player that is looking to improve, you should know how every single legend and every single gun works. Not only because if you get forced to play that legend or forced to use that weapon, you should know exactly what they do, but if you're playing against them, you should know exactly what kind of stuff they want to do against you. If you're playing against a legend and you have no idea what that legend does, you are going to be at a major disadvantage in that fight. This is a little bit trickier with new legends when they first come into the game, I understand that, but over time you should be adding them to your database and you should know exactly what every single legend wants to do in a fight. And this is also beneficial if your teammates end up taking your legends while you guys are picking. If you're forced to play on a different legend, you should know what they do and what they should be looking to do in fights. No matter what, you have to be helpful to your team if you are wanting to improve at the game. Now, in order to fix this, it is actually super easy. You just have to pay attention to what the legends do and what they want to do in fights. That's it. Over time, you will build up a database, you will start to see what legends want to do, and you'll start to be able to counterplay them a lot easier. And when it comes to weapons, just go into the firing range and pick up all the weapons that you are not comfortable with. See what ranges they work well in, see what ranges they don't work well in. See how long the reload time is, see how good they are in just different situations. Then when you find those weapons in game and the enemy team is using them, you can start to use that knowledge to your advantage to put them in situations that they will not be comfortable in. This is a very easy example, but it's the one that I'm going to be showing you guys. If you guys are playing against somebody who is using a sniper rifle, you should be trying to get in as close range as you possibly can. The other weapon that they will have is something like an SMG or a shotgun, but that severely limits their ability to play in close range because they only have one weapon. If you have something like an assault rifle and SMG or an assault rifle and a shotgun, you have two weapons that could easily be used in close range, so you are at an advantage. Having small little tidbits of information like that massively increase your chances of winning a game and improving. But now let's move into reason number 4, and this is shifting blame. Now this is one that really irks me when I have it on my team, and it's one that I constantly call out whenever I see it. If something is your fault, take responsibility for that action. Do not shift the blame onto something else. If you make a call that causes your team to die, just say, yeah, that's a bad call on my part, I'm sorry. Go from there and learn from it. But if you make a bad call and you start to shift the blame on other things like, oh, well, if you did this differently, or if you shot this guy, or if this team didn't come in this way, or if this didn't happen, then you're not actually going to be improving as a player because nothing is ever your fault. And if nothing is ever your fault, how are you supposed to grow? And this might be a little bit harsh, but if you guys have this player on your team and you recognize what they're doing, you need to call it out and you need to get them to stop, or you're probably just going to be better to drop them. These types of players don't improve and they will be weighing you down. It's something that I've had to deal with. It's something that I've had to drop from my teams before. It's never fun, but trust me, in the long run, it is better. Now, if you are this type of player, it is a very easy fix. All you have to do is just start taking accountability. But as soon as you start to feel yourself wanting to blame something else, just take a breath and start to think about what you could have done differently. Instead of saying, oh, if this team didn't come in, you should have said, oh, if I had noticed that that team was coming in. Just put I or me or my in front of that so that it's always going back to you, and you will start to see that you're improving a lot more because you're starting to realize that your mistakes are a lot more important than everyone else's. This is honestly probably the biggest reason why you're not improving on this list, so this is the one that you really need to focus on if you do this. But now we can move into reason number 5, that is that you are not warming up or you're not warming up properly. Warm-ups are extremely important. I cannot stress this enough. If you're gonna play ranked, you need to take the time to get the blood flowing, to get yourself in the zone, and to get your mind space right. I see way too many people hop on, go straight into ranked, and then think that they're not improving because you're not. You're not taking the time to actually work on yourself. Before every ranked session, you should be warming up for at least 10 to 15 minutes. The firing range got a massive overhaul. It's now a great place to warm up. You can do so many different things and work on so many different things. It is a great space. Alternatively, if you're on PC, you could use an aim trainer like GameLeap, which is free, or you could go for R5 Reloaded, which has a bunch of in-game aim trainers. R5 Reloaded is basically just an Apex mod. Think of it as a Halo Forge style thing, but just in Apex. People have made aim trainers on that are fantastic because it uses the weapons in game, the recoil, everything like that, and it gets you a better in-game feel to help you improve as a player. I do want to give one slight warning with R5 Reloaded though. Respawn does not actively endorse it, and they have in the past stated that they do not like it, so it is potential that in the future, if they just completely shut it down, that your account might be banned. It's highly unlikely, but it is a possibility. So use R5 Reloaded at your own risk. But if you don't want to risk it or you're on console, using the firing range is perfectly acceptable. The dummies move around, you get to use the weapon so you get the in-game feel. Compared to R5, it's not the best, but it is still a very good option. But using this warm-up time properly is so important for you as a player to start to see improvement because you can start to see where you are lacking. Use weapons that you don't know. Use weapons that you want to get better with. Don't just constantly use the weapons that you're good with and just get yourself in a good spot, because you need to use this time to be getting better as a player. So if you really suck with the flatline, pick up the flatline, start to learn the recoil pattern of it. Start to see where you're comfortable with it. Start to understand it a little bit more. The flatline's a fantastic weapon, and if you have that in your arsenal, it'll be a big benefit to you. But let me know what you guys think. Hold you back in the comments down below, and if you guys want to stay up to date with the latest, greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button. Thanks so for watching. Once again, amazing game, and I'll see you guys in the next one.